Next, we have to derive the relation for gravitational potential due to the uniform circular ring. In the figure shown, this is the ring of mass m and radius r. And mass m is distributed over the circumference of this ring uniformly. Let's take an elementary, because this is a continuous mass distribution, so we have to use differential and integration method to find the gravitational potential. For that, we take an elementary mass on the ring. This elementary mass will be like a point mass. For point mass, we know the relation of gravitational potential is equal to minus gm oblique r, where m is the mass and the point P is at a distance r. Then gravitational potential at point P is V equal to minus gm by r due to the mass m. So we take an elementary mass, and the distance of this elementary mass from point P we have to calculate first. This is the radius of the ring, and the point P on the axis is at a distance small r from the center of the ring. So this angle is 90 degree because axis and the radius makes 90 degree, that is they are perpendicular. So Pythagoras theorem gives this distance of elementary mass from point P is root r square plus small r square. Now, using the point mass formula for this elementary mass dm, we get elementary potential. It is equal to minus g, and here mass of the elementary part is dm, so we will use mass dm divided by distance of the point P from the elementary mass, and this distance is root r square plus small r square. So this is the gravitational potential due to the elementary mass. Now to find the, and we know gravitational potential is a scalar quantity. So to find the final total potential, we have to sum algebraically of the all elementary potentials. So total potential due to the whole ring will be the integral of the elementary potential for whole ring. And put the value of dV, we will get g dm by root r square plus small r square, and we will integrate it for whole ring. Constant term will be taken out. So here minus g is constant, oblique root r square plus r square. This is also constant because each point on the ring will be equidistant from the point P. Remaining is integral dm, and we have to integrate this dm for the whole ring. For whole ring, this is the total mass of the ring. Therefore, we get minus g m oblique root r square plus r square. This is the total gravitational potential due to the ring at the point on the axis. Axis is a line which passes through the center of the ring and is perpendicular to the plane of the ring. As in a special case, we take a point O, that is center. At center, r equal to 0, therefore potential at the center will be minus gm oblique r. Next, we have to find the gravitational potential due to the uniform circular disk. We have already discussed the ring having the mass m and radius r, on which mass is distributed uniformly along the circumference. And for that, potential was calculated equal to minus gm oblique root r square plus small r square at the axial point. P, which is at a distance small r from the center of the ring, and radius of the ring was capital R. Now we have taking the case of circular disk. On the disk, mass is uniformly distributed all over across its area. That means if mass of the disk is m and r is the radius of disk. This is the radius of the disk. This O to say it is Q. OQ is the radius. Then we have to take the elementary mass, because mass distribution over the disk is a continuous distribution. Therefore, we have to use concept of differential integral to find the potential. For that, we take an elementary ring on the disk, and to find the gravitational potential because of that ring at the point P, and then integrate to calculate the total potential because of the whole disk. Here we have taken an elementary ring whose radius is x and width is dx. This is the dx. So elementary mass of this elementary ring is mass density, that is the total mass of the disk is m, and the area of the disk is pi r square because it is a circular, and then area of the ring, elementary ring, and area of the elementary ring is circumference, that is 2 pi x, and the width of the ring, that is dx. So this is the elementary mass. We simplify it, pi will get cancelled by pi, and it is 2m by r square x dx. This is the elementary mass of the ring. And now we apply the formula for the potential at the point P due to this elementary ring. So the elementary potential will be, same formula we are using it, minus gm. In place of m, we will use elementary mass divided by, and the distance of this elementary mass from the point P, where in the formula of ring, r was the radius of the ring and r is the distance of the point on the ring from the point P. If we take the point on the ring and find the distance from the point P, then this will be equal to root r square plus x square. Therefore, we will write here root r square plus x square. So this is the elementary potential due to the elementary ring, which has the radius x, width dx, and concentric with the disk. Now to find the total potential, we integrate it, and it is equal to integral minus g dm oblique root r square plus x square. Now we put the value of dm, which we have calculated here. Then it will be integral minus g. Dm is 2m by r square into x dx, and remaining is root r square plus x square, where x is equal to, when we have to find the gravitational potential because of the whole disk, and elementary ring is having the radius x, so we have to vary the x so that it cover whole disk. For that, we have to vary x equal to 0, that refers the center of the disk, to x equal to capital R. This is the outermost ring for the disk. And taking the constant term out from the integration, it will be minus g into 2m oblique r square, and x is a variable term, so we will keep it inside, and x equal to 0 to r, this is the limit x dx by root r square plus x square. Here, to solve this integration, we have to use substitution method. that is r square plus x square equal to z square. Differentiating it, r square is a constant term, it will be 0 plus 2x dx equal to 2z dz, or we can write x dx equal to z dz. Therefore, we will get minus g 2m by r square integration x equal to 0 to r, x dx is z dz oblique, and it is z square, so square root is simply z. Z and z cancel out, then minus z 2m by r square into integration of dz is simply z with limit x equal to 0 to r. Because limits are in x, so we have to reconvert the z in x. It will give minus g 2m by r square, and from this formula substitution we will again resubstitute it as root r square plus x square, where x equal to 0 to r. Now we will put the limits. First upper limit, then minus, and then lower limit. So it will give minus 2gm oblique r square. First upper limit, it will be r square plus r square, minus then lower limit, so it will simply root r square, that is r. Therefore, gravitational potential due to a circular disk will be minus 2gm by r square root r square plus r square minus r. As in a special case, we take the point at center. At center, if we have to find the gravitational potential, then we put r equal to 0. It gives v equal to minus 2gm by r square. If r is 0, then it is simply r minus 0, or it is equal to minus 2gm by r. It is the gravitational potential due to the circular disk at its center. Next, we will find the gravitational field due to the circular ring and the circular disk.